Good morning, Aberdale. We are on to our last Wellness Wednesday assembly of this year. Now, I'm going to leave you today with a couple of thoughts and a couple of things that have helped us through lockdown. As we've gone through the weeks, what me and the kids here have been putting into a jar things that we've liked or memories that we've gained over lockdown, things that we would like to repeat and do again in the future. I'm going to go through a few of them with you and a few of our favourite things. Perhaps you could create your own jar that you can dip into over the summer when perhaps you're having a day where you're a bit bored or you're feeling a little bit down, that you can pop into your jar and remember some of the good times, the good things, and maybe repeat some of the activities. Having gone through our memory jar of things that we've done during lockdown, I'm going to share a few of our ideas with you now. The first one I've come across is one that Isla has popped in here. Last weekend, the three of them were given the free rein to paint the inside of the Wendy house. This just gave them time and space to be creative and work together as part of a team, which was lovely to see. Ollie has popped in here, helping Grandpa do lots of jobs. Now, when we stayed with my parents for the beginning of lockdown to keep everybody safe, Ollie was very keen to help Grandpa down in the tool shed with the gardening, and that's been one of his highlights. One of Evie's highlights has been jumping on the trampoline. Now, we did have a small incident at the beginning of lockdown where Isla managed to jump through the trampoline. So Isla's also put one of her highlights as to making a new trampoline. We all worked together as a family to try and put together their new trampoline, which took a little bit of... Now, on to my highlights of lockdown. As a family, we've done some outdoor cinemas. So having used a projector just onto a plain white sheet, we've sat outside and watched some films. It's nothing big, but to be together as a family in a different setting, to do something a bit more unusual, we found really helpful. Now, some of you might think this is slightly strange, but clearing things out. The children have also found this really helpful. I've found that by clearing stuff out, one, you create more space, and two, you find things that you've forgotten about. So the kids clearing their rooms out, they found toys that they'd long forgotten about, and they've played with more. So it's always a good one to try and do. One of my final ideas in our memory jar was that you've had more time to read. Generally, everybody in the house has had more time to read. One of my favourite books that I found during lockdown, I hadn't seen it before, was called The Boy, the Mole, the Fox and the Horse. And I have it here. Now, this book is very, very much like Winnie the Pooh. So the feel of it, the drawings, some of the words inside make you think a lot of those Winnie the Pooh stories. I'm just going to read you a few quotes that you can have a think about over the holidays that might just get you asking some of your own questions and thinking deeper about things that happen. So the first one I found really interesting in here. The question is, what do you think success is? Asked the boy. To love, said the mole. And you can see from here it's really simple. Drawings and writing. And lots of it is all just small ideas and thoughts and quotes from the boy, the mole, the horse and the fox, from their different perspectives of life. The next one I found, it says, I've learned how to live in the present. How? Asked the boy. I find a quiet spot, I shut my eyes and breathe. That's good. And then? Then I focus. What do you focus on? Cake, said the mole. You can see from here. Now, we don't all have to focus on cake when we need to quiet spot and breathe and try and focus on something. But this just makes it a little bit more light-hearted. And the mole is focusing on something he really likes, which happens to be cake. My next quote in this book that has really made me think is this. When the big things feel out of control, focus on what you love right under your nose. Now, most of those things are already with you. They're your family, your friends, your pets, some of your things that you have in your house. Make sure that when you're feeling as though things are not quite as stable as they can be, turn to those things and they'll help you. My final quote in this book kind of sums up how this term has been for a lot of people, staff and children. It says, "We have such a long way to go," sighed the boy. "Yes, but look how far we've come," said the horse. You can see here that page in the book. Now, there's many more quotes in this book that are really thought-provoking when you read them. If you have a chance, take a look. My copy, I'm quite happy when we are back in September. I'll bring it into school and show a few of you if you really want. Have a great summer, Aberdour, and we look forward to seeing you all in September.